designation training. We're coming back to Chicago, where I'm based out of, as you know, and all the details can be found at luxurydesignation.com/Chicago. We're going to be at the NASBAR headquarters. We're really excited. I'm co-teaching with my buddy Wayne. So you are looking at behind the scenes video, not scripted here.
Fantastic. Mike, thank you so much for coming down here today. I'm Scott with Citywide Title and Citywide School of Real Estate. Now, you have an event coming up here at the end of the month, correct?
Correct. October 28th.
All right. Now, before we get into the specifics, where it is, when it is, and all that stuff, what is the designation that you're trying to help agents or brokers obtain through this training, this class?
Yeah, so at the class on the 28th, I'll be teaching the Lux designation training class. It's a course that I created 9.5 years ago. We've taught it in Canada, Mexico, throughout the U.S. So I'll be teaching the Lux, for short, LUXE, or Luxury Specialist designation. It's a full day training on the 28th, and we're going to be helping agents, giving them the tools to attract more opportunities, to bring more value to their buyers or their sellers, and giving them best practices to market these unique properties. Now, of course, we're going to be focusing on the upper price points, Scott, but it applies to all price points, right? We have people that have the Lux designation and they say, you know, we've implemented this in our entry-level listings or our average listings, and it's a way to differentiate themselves even more.
Okay. Now, this thing it's going to be all day, right? Like a 9 to 4 kind of thing.
That is correct. Yep.
Now, in addition to, you know, they come in and let's say I'm the broker and I pay and I register for this, and I'm spending my hard-earned money on this. What's the best scenario, the best outcome you'd want for me as a broker to walk out of your event and obtain?
That's a great question. So it's not a cheap class, right? It's not one of these $40 and get free lunch. So, you know, it's an investment. So if an agent's serious about increasing their average sale price and working smarter, not harder, this is the class for them. But getting back to your question, what will they walk out with, right? So before we even start class, I always ask them, hey, what is 1 or 2 or 3 questions or objections that you need help overcoming, where if I answered that just alone today, you'd say it was worth my investment. And so we have everybody write down the questions and objections they have. Chances are I cover that anyways throughout the course of the class, but if I don't, we allow plenty of time for Q&A. So at the very minimum, they're of course going to get walk out with best practices. And again, this isn't just Michael LaFido's opinion. I created this course 9.5 years ago. I wrote a book, a best-selling book called Secret to Top Luxury Agents. Okay. Everybody will get a copy of that. But my point is, this is a combination of years of best practices from agents with independent brokerages to RE/MAX to Sotheby's to LPT to Coldwell Banker, you name it. We've done it all. And so they're going to walk out with best practices, whether it be they're a newer agent, whether they're a seasoned veteran, whether they're with a large brokerage or an independent. There's going to be something for everybody.
Now, you've obviously done this in several parts of the country, as you mentioned earlier. You've done this countless times over the years, the last 9.5 years. What is one of the most common objections you get, if you could share that with us, that you kind of hear throughout the country? Is there kind of like a similar theme of what people need help with, or kind of an objection?
Yeah, I call them limiting beliefs. So real estate agents have a ton of limiting beliefs, right? They think they have to be licensed X amount of years before they sell in the upper price points. They think they have to be with a certain brokerage. They think there's already established luxury agents in my market, there's not room for another, or I need to live in this community to sell there, or I got to drive a certain car, or there's already X number of agents, right? So these are all objections or limiting beliefs. So we, of course, help eliminate those. That's how we actually start out the class. So the designation in itself is a 16 module course. We don't cover all 16 in a one-day training. We pick the best of the best, but all agents that invest in themselves, they'll get a username and password to our Lux University. Well, they'll have access to our learning management system. It's all 16 modules over 10 hours of video training, so they could take deep dives if they need a refresher in a month, 3 months, 9 months. They'll also get our Facebook private group where they can ask questions, and it's a sense of community with other Lux certified agents. So there's plenty of great information the day of, but we also want them to implement. So that's why we've created a sense of community.
So once they're done with this event, is there any kind of access to you post-event, or do you do training in addition and calls and stuff?
Yeah, so they're going to get, we we bundle in two free coaching calls afterwards, and those are
Okay.
basically implementation calls to make sure we get all the things we went over, anything we didn't, or questions they have once they log in, so they can basically make sure they can move forward and be successful. Now, I do offer a free coaching session to all my Lux clients. Uh, if it could help the community. So in other words, Scott, if you had a success story that we want to feature
Okay.
and get you a lot more exposure, we'll put you on our live stream. We'll put you on over social media, on our YouTube. We have over 6,000 agents that we email each week, and that list is growing. So we can
Wow.
feature you in front of them as well. But the other aspect is if you also are struggling with something, I'll offer a free coaching session, but I want to make it a win-win. So for me to waive my coaching fee, you got to be comfortable being recorded, and we can share it with others because it would be a learning lesson for others.
Yeah. Now this has been brought back by demand, right? You're coming back to the Chicago area.
Correct.
Talk a little bit of, just tell us kind of the brief details, where this thing's going to be at, when, how to get there, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so this is at the NASBAR Association. So I'm a Main Street real estate agent, but you have the Chicago Association of Realtors. NASBAR is actually hosting it, so it's going to be at their headquarters. All the details can be found on the website. We have a website with registration, and all the information can be found at luxurydesignation.com/Chicago. luxurydesignation.com/Chicago. You'll see the address there. That's where you can sign up. Before you sign up, you can check out things. You can look at some testimonials from people that have attended others. Like you said, we've done this training all over. The two largest associations in the U.S. are the Miami Association of Realtors and the Houston Association of Realtors. They have my class every year. I was just down in Houston 2 weeks ago in front of 1,500 agents, not for my class, but another event. So they host our class every year. And so, again, this is not just for the entry-level agent. It's also for the established agent that just wants to increase their average sale price and attract more high-end opportunities. And it's also for that top 10% agent that's already luxury, but they're looking for the principle of slight edge. Hey, what can I do different, better than my competition, so I can articulate my value proposition, if you will, better. So there's going to be something for everybody, solo agents, team leaders, team members, or we even have broker owners that attend.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like we're going to have some good information there. We'll put a QR code below all this,
Please.
so that people can come directly to you and get registered for it. Any last words for everybody before we get them in there?
No, you guys are going to get some amazing information the day of, but we're going to hold your hand afterwards. You're going to be a part of a community. You're going to get a copy of our book. You're going to get a workbook to take tons of notes, and literally your brain's going to be swimming, not because you're overwhelmed, but because you're going to be so excited about increasing your average sale price as we head into 2026 and beyond.
Fantastic. We'll see you there, Mike. Sounds like a great event.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.